That's tough. That's tough. I don't know if it's gonna hit that intended take profit, but pretty close to it, pretty damn close to it. So I'm assuming it eventually will. But damn, break even on the day, pretty tough. If the mic sounds different, it's because I'm using the Yeti again. I haven't used this in a while. It's covered in dust, straight on my shelf, just collecting dust. But I want to see if this quality is better. I've been watching all my recaps, and I don't really. I mean, the quality's not bad, but I feel like it could be better. So why not use this again? But let's get into the trade, man. Coming to the day, break even on the alphas too. We had 9 a.m. news that I waited on. Contemplating just not even waiting for red photo anymore, unless it's high impact. But all the really high impact news events just come out an hour before market open. So yeah, lost about $7 on the live because I actually went break even. Put my stop at this line. Usually I put it like a point above my entry, so I can at least like, if I'm break even and like green, I know it's kind of stupid, but I know I'm not the only one. And then yeah, actually it was like 0.75 points above my entry on the alphas. That's why I'm in the green. But let's get into it, man. I was bullish coming to the day. We can go in this my journal. Bullish bias. Overnight market started a bullish trend, disrespecting high time frame fair value gap and nice displacement on the higher time frame. This is a bearish 4-hour fair value gap that we could hit and go lower. So that was something to keep in mind and look at. So I know it's a lot of drawings, so let's just see what I was talking about. So yeah, we started like this. There's a little bullish trend on here. I guess let me just go on one. This bullish trend in the overnight session disrespected this fair value gap right here. Displacement, that's what I was talking about. Nice displacing hourly candles. That's why I was kind of bullish, respecting this fair value gap. Also respecting this mini hourly fair value gap. So that's why I was bullish. Ideally, when market open, I wanted to see it come down, take out this low, and then tap into this hourly fair value gap. And that's exactly what happened. Beautiful, right? I was talking about the 4-hour. This is the 4-hour I was talking about. We were tapping into that we could have retraced and we could have went lower, and we actually were reacting off of it, but I was still pretty bullish. And I guess same thing on ES. We can go on hourly. Same deal. Respecting this, disrespect that, close, respecting. Essentially the same thing. And we had the same 4-hour, so pretty much identical. So let's just go into market open. Let me put on the lines. Okay. So this was the hourly low I was talking about. Took that out. Tapped in this 4-hour, this hourly gap perfectly. Beautiful. And it pushed up. Unfortunately, I was waiting for news, and it was like right as market open. So then again, I might. Here comes the method. Like I said yesterday's recap. Might be the method. Just have a good bias and either buy or sell. We just buy and boom, straight to these nice targets right here. This dotted line is the hourly fair value gap, I believe. Yeah, that we already tapped it into before, but still marked it out. This previous day high, both of these previous day highs. But this was also just an hourly high, I believe we made. Yeah, great targets. Unfortunately, couldn't be a part of that move. So just waiting, reacting off of price, seeing what it wants to do. We came down, and this could have been a short opportunity. Took out all these draws and then retracing into a 4-hour gap, I believe. I don't have it marked out. Actually, I do. It's just, I know it's a lot to even just look at. Like, look at this. Yeah, tapping this 4-hour gap, hit this 1-hour internal high, and then yeah, seeing a reaction out of it. We actually invalidated this 5-minute gap that I was marking out. I took this trade on ES though. Damn, we're about to hit that high. But yes, you see, we're still pretty bullish, right? We do hit some confluence. We're in this, I'm assuming, hourly gap and 4 hour gap. Haven't marked out. Yeah, we're in this hourly gap, so we could reverse off of it. But I was still pretty bullish. We tapped into this 15 minute, which is this big box, and then eventually this 5 minute. So I was still kind of bullish. ES was looking nice for some logs to target these relative equal highs. I mean, that's what the trade was based on. And my entry, just like yesterday, was based on this 5 minute gap getting closed right here. I was just waiting for 9:25 to close, which was 9:30. So I entered 9:30, and yeah, went to draw down for like a minute, and then pushed up. Wait, where's my drawing? I have break even right here. Let's see. Okay, yeah, there it is. I don't know why everything stayed and that didn't, but went break even at this high, which was a good break even. Just unfortunate that it actually happened. Um, that's not where I had my stop loss either. At my stop loss, like, let's see, I had like a 1 to 1. Yeah, it was like right here. Um, yeah, good break even because eventually we made a bearish S&T with NQ. You can see right here, this high, this high. NQ didn't take that high out, so that was it. But just fortunately, we dumped severely. Literally got stopped out in 3 candles after making a good placement up in profit. It's just the name of the game. Shit happens. Stuff like this happens, and you have to deal with it. And then eventually reverse and ended up going our way and potentially hitting that intended take profit. So, I mean, we could have. I just saw on my phone on the chart. Could have entered again after this inverse right here, but I mean, I was already off my desk, my computer, and I was eating breakfast. So yeah, I was kind of done. Just gonna take this trade, and that's it. Take this break even, call it a day, call it a week. It is what it is. Could have lost today, so I can either be bummed out or be grateful at the certain circumstance. So I'm gonna take it one day at a time. Here's the P&L. And the green on the week, both live and the fundeds. The live ended up undefeated, and can't say that for the fundeds. Or what did I say? I said can't ended undefeated on the live. Can't say that about the fundeds. Yeah, but it is what it is. Still grateful. Ended up the week green. Today was a good day. Just the result wise, can't really control that, and really can't really let it affect me. Could have been an L. Losing on a Friday, it's not the best feeling. But yeah. Let's go on since I got a little bit of time. Let's go on the next week. We actually have NFP on next Wednesday because it was supposed to be today, but the shutdown moved everything, and yeah. So next week's looking pretty decent. We don't gotta wait for any 9 a.m. news as of now, at least. Anything random can happen. So yeah, that's just pretty much it. I mean, like I said, ended the week on green. Yeah, I guess I'll show it. This is what the count balance is looking at. But this is the P&L for the day. Lost $7. So I'm like up. I think I calculated like $2 because of this. So or even $1. But I mean, that's it. I don't got anything else much to say. Looks like okay. This could be a learning experience that I can put in my journal. We hit this high, and we have relative equal highs. Maybe I just target that closest high, not try to target, try to squeeze out a couple more points. Maybe it's not worth it. So I might, depends on what happens, but definitely going to keep note of this. So yeah, that's really it. So yeah, next week is a new week. Come back better, 1% better every day. And yeah. I'm gonna go work out. Gonna have a good Friday. Go into the weekend with a fresh mind for the next week. And yeah, God bless.